hemisphere and fall equinox in the southern hemisphere. And the energy has been intense the whole year since the beginning. I'm wondering how you are feeling, and I would love to know how you're feeling. And I know that the people around me are moving through lots of stuff, right? Lots of change, internal change, external change. And we're sitting in this place, right? The equinox, balance, or equal light, equal dark. And in the way that I like to think of it is the summer solstice is the top of the inhale, the fullness of the inhale, the pause at the top of the inhale. And the winter solstice is the bottom of the exhale. That pause, right, in our breathing practice, that pause before we inhale. And so wherever you are in the world, it might feel different to you. It might feel like you're moving towards the emptying or towards the fullness, but it really is this place, this marker point, this gentle pause of balance. And balance can be anything. It depends on what's happening for you in your life. It could be the balance between your inner world and the outer world. What is happening outside of you that you're seeing in contrast to what's happening inside? And is there balance? Is there more awareness of what's happening in the world around you? Right? Are you watching news a lot? Are you seeing it act out in your family, your community, your country? What are you seeing? And what is happening inside? Is there a contrast? Is there a balance? Is there enough tending to your own experience, tending to stillness, tending to kind of nurturing the places that need care or to be seen or need to be held? Right? There is so much happening. There is so much newness and unveiling and revealing and confusion and things being exposed that we may not have known about before and can be quite shocking or destabilizing or create fear. And how, again, does the inner attention, whether through being held in a community, being held by others, close friends, family, support, meditation, groups, sound, song, nature, right? Nature can be one of the biggest guides we have right now. One, we are in training with nature most of the time. And that separation from the entraining of nature can have an impact, can allow us to get thrown off by what's happening around us. Or it allows us to find our inner grace, our inner guidance, our inner knowing. Again, that balance, inner, outer. Maybe it's even masculine energy, masculine, feminine, not gender, but the energetics, right? Our desire to move out and forward, directive, get something done, achieve, or sitting back and listening, receiving, listening for guidance, listening to our intuition, right? That they ideally meet each other and work with each other in contrast, in balance. And where do we get out of balance? Where do we start pushing and forgetting to sit back and listen? Is this the direction I want to go? Is this my ideal? Is this my dream space? What is it that we are dreaming into being, whether within ourselves, right? A place of ease, a place of groundedness, anchoring, clear in who we are and who we are becoming, what we are growing and building with others, creatively in our work, in our family, with our children, partners, communities. So the balance, the contrast and the balance, inner, outer, masculine, feminine. And I'm sure there's others that touch on you, health, right? That's maybe, is there balance in health? Are there symptoms that are happening, right? As there is more energy around, as there is a lot of energy. There's big influences astrologically, solar flares, frequencies, external frequencies that you may or may not be aware of, but they're highlighting, they're amplifying what is an imbalance. So if we're having symptoms, right, that is our body's way of saying, I need balance. I need the contrast, whatever that is, whether it's rest or healthy food or simple food, or getting care for something that may not seem important or hasn't been. Maybe there's other stuff that has felt more important or louder. And can you give yourself that balance, that space to turn towards, to listen to heal in the body? Right. And those are just 3 examples. Again, it might be finances, it might be relationships, right? That balance in relationship. Right. There's so many ways to look at this, right? Relationships. Where do we, right? That's a really, really big one to sit with right now. Masculine and feminine, inner and outer, self and other. How do I sit with other? Do I offer so generously that I forget to fill my cup? Do I fill my cup so much I forget to reach to others? There's a barrier. Where is the balance within the contrast in your life? In all of our lives. We will all be challenged at this time. So how do we give ourselves that balance? How do we ask for it and receive it? And there is so much resourcing, nourishment, guidance, support. So much. And even that can be our edge, right? That willingness to receive it. And wherever that is, whether it's someone in your community, a group, a community leader, a spiritual leader, a coach, a healer, a therapist, a guide, in body, out of body, God, spirit, deities, the elements, nature, ocean, water, sky, stars. Whatever that support is, lean in. Right? Part of our culture is to not lean in, that independence, that separation from each other. And I think that that is also part of, it feels like that is also part of the out of balance, right? That fear of other, that distrust in other. And it may take time for us to be trustworthy with each other, but that will come, and that is coming, and we are doing it little bits at a time in smaller relationships, and then they grow further out into the places where there isn't trust. So let's take a moment. So working with movement, working with sound, working with breath, these are ways to really influence the patterns that are unconscious, the patterns that are old. Some of our patterning comes from when we are very young, very, very young. sometimes even in utero, just outside of utero, very young, depending on what's happening in our environment and our body, medically, in our community. There's so much as humans, right, that we are moving through and that impact us, and in beautiful ways, right? And finding that the way to build a bridge deeper and deeper into ourselves, with ourselves, through ourselves, is beautiful, right? Touching into the place where we connect to our own magnificence, where we can remember how expansive we are, how grand we are, how grand we all are, and sit in that place and act from that place. And that is challenging, to remember to be sacred and holy with ourselves, with our words, with our actions, to move through the world with reverence, right? It is something to look at ourselves with reverence and look at others with reverence. And it's not so easy, but it's also incredibly powerful. The moments where I can touch into that reverence are some of the most profound, humbling, and powerful moments. So let us do some breath, and then we will maybe just do breath and touch into our energy body. Simple chakra awareness. Okay, so let's start with closing your eyes. You can lay down, you can sit against the wall if that's easier for your body. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose. Inhale slow, slow, slow. Exhale slow, slow, slow. Softening the body. Inhale slow, 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 and continue with that rhythm. And it will be different for each of you. But what can you soften? Nasal passages, cheeks, throat, back of throat, mouth, jaw, neck, chest, belly. Receive the breath. Release the breath. Let's shift the breath a little bit. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Feel the teeth separate, lower jaw separate from the upper jaw. Inhale nose, slow, slow, slow. Exhale mouth, slow, 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 and diffuse, diffuse. Savor it. Like sometimes when you stand at the ocean and I don't know what it is, the salt or the ions, and you just go, like your lungs feel like they're filling up. And that release, that slow emptying, emptying, emptying. Or sitting, where else do I feel it? In a sauna, sometimes I can just, like, everything opens. And even soften around that, even soften around the opening. One more like that. Inhale nose. And exhale mouth. Good. Inhale through the mouth. Exhale through the mouth. And almost feel like you have gills. side of your neck. Sometimes I imagine them in my cheeks, just this opening, like opening the windows. Maybe you need to yawn. That's good. Notice what's happening in your body. You can get a little woozy, inhaling through the mouth. You're taking in more breath, releasing more breath. Last one like this. And relax, closing your eyes. Notice what you notice inside your body. And you can use any of those breaths through the nose. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, or inhale through the mouth, exhale through the mouth. But bringing your awareness to the perineum, tissue between anus and genitals, base of the spine, base of the body, the base, the root, the ground, first chakra. Right, connected to our physical body, this physical incarnation, but also connected to, right, this, our physicality, our body, our physical health, our stability, our anchoring, our grounding, our sense of security, safety. Right, influenced by, right, this is really kind of money, home, stable in the family, stable in the tribe. Just breathing into that space, almost imagining roots growing down from your perineum into the earth, whatever those roots may look like. They might be just simple little roots, just curiously moving into the soil. They might be deep, thick roots that are moving down and into the ground, searching for nourishment in the soil, water, the aquifers, the crystalline grids, the mycelial networks. How does that change your breath? What do you notice? Color, sound, taste, smell, image. And second chakra, breath. Again, your breath might change. Center of the pelvis, sacral center, emotions, sensuality, sexuality, desire, creation. Emotion. How has the breath changed? Right? How has your connection with your emotions formed? How's your relationship with desire? Dreaming. incubating, birthing, not just babies, but ideas, creations. And all the emotions, human emotions, very normal emotions. Gently shifting to third chakra, solar plexus, just below the ribcage center of the body. More connected to our mind, mental body. So we have first, second, third, physical, emotional, mental body. Right, mind, beliefs. Constructs, thoughts, analysis, judgment. Also our sense of self, our individual, moving away from the tribe towards the individual. Sovereignty. Power, right use of power, wrong use of power, authority. What is our relationship with authority, a power, will, ego? Right, sitting in the place of balance, right? That balance. We need our will, we need our ego, we need our mind. They are all incredibly useful. In this culture, they are overused, over relied on, and to the detriment of our other ways of connecting, or our other states of consciousness. Right, our physicality is a consciousness, our emotions. So what is your relationship with your mind and with the breath? Just inviting awareness, inviting openness for balance. Fourth chakra, heart center, level of the heart. Good relational love, human love, compassion, empathy. Bridge between this the essence of who we are and our soul, or our connection to all, connection to the other realms, connection to other, whether that's a person or divinity or nature, the relational field. And what is our balance place in relationship, right? Moving towards, moving away from. How do we connect? How do we bond, relate? And maybe even the awareness of how does our grounding, our anchoring, our emotional balance, our mental balance support or not support if out of balance, right? Seeking, especially in this moment, seeking balance, seeking the potency or opportunity for balance, right? That there is support to build awareness around, to notice when we get out of balance, the openings to come back to balance, and that heart space, and love, even love for self, right? This relationship with self, this relationship with our own body, our own emotions, all of our ages, our history, our future, our gifts, our limitations, our ego, our beauty, our spirit. Fifth chakra, throat, right? Throat, expression, voice, sound, sound. Our sound, right? And because it's above the heart, right? And connected to the heart, truth. Right? When, again, in balance, right? Use of speech, right? Use of words. When do words create and when do they destroy? And how do we find that balance in our voice, in our sound, in our invitations, in our manifestations, in building and creating? Right, very much connected again to heart and the higher centers as well, right? Our vision, right? Sitting between our heart and our vision is our expression, our manifestation. What are we bringing out into the world? Right, right use of speech. Okay, third eye. Vision, intuition, insight, seeing, higher vision, seeing beyond. This is where our intuition comes online. And again, that balance, that ability to see clearly and to see clearly, right? We have been, in some ways, directed on how to see a lot in the world. Right? Part of conditioning, programming, marketing is all really about shaping our vision, shaping how we see, perceive ourselves, others, and finding that balance of sitting right, coming back to that place of moving in rather than moving out, turning the gaze in towards our innocence, a clean slate, in towards our higher self, in towards our purity, our divinity, our sacredness, our holiness, whatever words you want to use, our open, our childlike innocence, our grace. Again, some of these words can sound religious, and I don't want to take anything away from anybody, or our nature, our go out to the ocean and notice what you see when you're at the ocean or in the forest. How does it change how you see the world, how you see yourself, your capacity to see beyond what is presented or what is apparent, see beyond, see what's, I wouldn't even want to say possibility, but see the expansiveness, the beauty, the light, right? Like just to be able to look at a tree and not just see, tree bark, leaves next, but to see its vibration, to see its impact in the world, to see the intelligence, its contribution, it's our interconnectedness, right? To see beyond, to see all the animals that rely on the tree and the relationship between the leaves and the roots and the earth and the air and the humans. seen far, long view, high view, crown of head, seventh chakra, the crown, right? And sometimes I just even love the imagery of the crown, that sense of connected to something above. And this is where I love that sense of that we all have our crowns, right? And that idea of the reverence, right? Can we meet? Can we touch each other's feet? Can we bow to each other? Namaste. I see the light in you as you see the light in me. Right? Can we see our essence and our expansiveness? Can we move through the world in that place? This is not about being perfect. This is really about balance and meeting each moment in balance. What is balance in this point, in this situation, in this circumstance, in this challenge? It will be different in different moments. There's no right and wrong. There is path of, and I keep saying right action and right words, but right is really not about black and white, right? It really is about what is opening in front of us? What is the opportunity in front of us to heal, to grow, to learn like a child, to play, to explore? And I know for me, I can get stuck in the place of fear, of not wanting to change, of not wanting to move, of feeling limited, like I can't go there, I can't move beyond this. I don't want to grow that way. don't I don't want to have to do, I don't have to speak up. I don't want to have to change the dynamics with this person because it might mean the end of a relationship. It might mean they see me differently. It might mean that I have to, change jobs. But what is, again, coming back to the higher view, where is our dream? Where's our dream? Back, all the way back down to the second chakra. Where is our dream? What are we willing to play with? Okay, this is probably long enough. So many blessings to all of you. Enjoy the spring equinox, fall equinox, the balance point, the stillness point, that opportunity to touch in, to go outside, to touch into nature, to be with yourself, to be in reverence with yourself, your surroundings, to honor this life and all that it reveals to us. And again, seeing beyond, to get back to that place of love and care and sweetness and tenderness.